morning, dear entrepreneurs. My name is Claudia Lee, and it is my great pleasure to be here as your MC at this very special occasion. First and foremost, let me thank everyone for joining us today at the Cake Startup Grand Challenge, hosted by the Ministry of SMEs and Startups and organized by the National IT Industry Promotion Agency. As you all know, today is a demo day for 55 finalists that went through the last 2.5 months of accelerating after being selected among 2,648 teams from 118 countries. Before we officially begin the event, let's watch a short video clip all together. Wow, what a video. I was able to learn all the time and energy that you spent throughout the journey up to this moment. Keep up the good work. And I would also like to take this opportunity to deliver special thanks to the organizer who have been successfully organized this event so far. As you all know, today is day 2 of the 3-day journey. And before we begin the pitching session, let me tell you all that all 6 judges have joined us online. We will aggregate all 6 judges' points all together for evaluation. I understand that it is a very tough and challenging task to focus and concentrate on ongoing presentations, but on behalf of our dear participants, please provide objective and fair assessment and opinions. Now, let's officially begin the pitching session. All teams will get 5 minutes for their presentation and 5 minutes for Q&A. Please make sure that you do not go over time because your microphone will automatically turn off. Now, without further ado, let me introduce the first presenter. I know it could be very nervous, but I know your presentation is going to be amazing. Let me introduce Heart Force AG. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big hand.
안녕하세요. My name is Claudia. I'm the CEO of Heart Force Korea. Today I will tell you something about the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 1 in 5, 20%, will develop heart disease over their lifetime. And it can happen to you too. It happened to our founder at the age of 52, a heart attack out of nowhere. That is when he took his fate in his own hand and developed a device for early detection. And Korea doesn't look different from the rest of the world. Heart disease will soon be the number one before cancer, and we must manage and prevent it. Well, why is it such a problem to detect? 3 out of 4 patients show no symptoms. And conventional tests are insufficient, determining heart disease. And so are existing technologies used for patients only. Well, let's look at the market. The market is huge, skyrocketing with 15 million heart attack survivors and adults diagnosed 500 million plus. Well, how are we going to tackle this? The missing link is early detection, and it all starts with the Cardio Pro. The Cardio Pro is the first device for self-monitoring and screening your heart health. In just 1 minute, you place it to your sternum and it will detect over 120,000 data points to measure your heart health. Well, how? With a sensor and an app and insights via our HeartForce app, it all manages based on our core technology, which is time efficient and based on proprietary algorithms and an accuracy of over 90%. Combines electrical mechanical signals, and this with the seismocardiography technology to measure the heart of your strength. Well, what makes us different? Well, there are many products out there who measure AFib and arrhythmias, but Cardio Pro goes further. It can measure heart failure, heart valve dysfunction, cardiomyopathy, and above all, cardio artery disease, the number one killer. Well, the solution to it is early detection to save lives, lower the mortality rate, and self-diagnosis for everybody, anytime, everywhere. I show you a little bit an overview about the many competitors out there, but focusing mostly on electrical signals. HeartForce is the first mover on the market to also combine mechanical and therefore not served yet. How do we make money? We generate revenues based on selling the hardware for less than $100 and from premium service of subscription fees. In 2022, we are set to launch our product, and 24 with over 100 million revenues. Our team consists of talented people from the cardio medical device, AI algorithms, deep learning, and clinical research. Our roadmap to Korea, we have come to Korea because Korea is a role model in healthcare. Right now, we are seeking for KFDA classification. We are in discussion for pilot projects with top university hospitals, and are launching our product in 2022 and seeking for a revenue of $70 million. I'd like to thank you, everybody. 진심으로 감사합니다.
Wow, thank you very much for your presentation. It was so exciting.
Thank you.
IT technologies plus medical knowledge are combined, it seemed that. So let me hear opinions from our judges. Is there anyone to go first?
Hello, hello?
Yes, we can hear you very well. Please go ahead.
Great. Thank you very much for the presentation, the very exciting technology. Just had a question. You mentioned about KFDA. Are there any other sorts of initiatives or partnerships that you are exploring in Korea?
Yes, we thank you for this question. We have signed 7 MOUs with strategic partner, and one of them is the number 4 in pharma and medical devices, Green Cross, Korean company, which has also the knowledge and the support, as our idea and goal is not only to start our business in Korea, but taking Korea as a hub and launch further in Asia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else to give opinions or ask questions for the first presenter?
So as you said, there are many kind of competitors, and over the world. So how do you have any kind of the unique strategy to beat up these kind of competitors?
Well, our strategy is, we have a knowledge about our proprietary algorithms, which is 5 years. And of course, thank you for the question, we need to speed up because competitors can take this path too. However, at this point in time, we are the only ones who serve the market with electro signals which are based on the seismocardiography, and proven with our tests and clinical studies, we are 90% above and compared to, we're 90% accuracy in clinical studies.
Thank you for the answer. Anyone else for the opinion or questions?
So I have a further question. So actually the customers will be the doctors, the medical doctors, right?
We have a twofold strategy, B2C and B2B. So yes, we are working with cardiologists or medical doctors, especially having also discussion here with Korean doctors. When they dismiss the patients from surgery, they need further treatment, and this is very crucial. At the moment, the treatments are insufficient when you think of blood pressure or of taking the heartbeat. So we had discussions with cardiologists who prove us that this is a much needed tool where people, even now in times of COVID, can self-check and self-screen their heart on a regular basis. And there is nothing out there who can really detect cardio-artery disease, but of course there are many other diseases from the heart we can detect. And this is an untapped possibility.
So if I understand correctly, and also related to that question about competitors, there are many competitors in this field around the electrical activity. It seems like one of your distinctions is the mechanical plus the electrical. I'm just confirming, I guess, what you described. But that kind of distinction, which is very good in a competitive sense, could also be a challenge. In other words, doctors and the current medical paradigm is focused around EKG and the electrical activities. What do you think is the challenges around convincing the medical community around this new paradigm of not just electrical, but also mechanical and the combination?
I would start it from the point that we all know, like timing and rhythm, we can detect already and are not sufficient yet. and are going from an electrical field only. So from combining the mechanical field and integrating this in patterns where we detect the information of the heart health and the plaque in the vessels, and explaining it from viewpoints to people from a path what they know already, and going much further, we hope that this can be a path towards a knowledge which actually disrupts something and helps in an easy to use way.
Thank you very much. Time is up. I'm very sorry, but I'm sure you'll be able to engage in much deeper discussion later. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation. Good job. Yes, yes. Without further ado, let me introduce the next team with the great name called InnoPlexus. Are you ready? Yes, please take the stage.
The pharmaceutical industry is facing a challenge. It still uses the traditional way of doing drug discovery and research, which takes a long time, and the costs are rising higher and higher. Usually it takes a couple of years until one single drug component is being commercialized successfully in the market. Moreover, it has been observed in the last couple of years that the data amount is being exploding at an exponential level. So it is being doubled in about every 73 days or so, and the industry is just not capable of catching up on this speed. So InnoPlexus is trying to reduce this gap using its proprietary artificial intelligence technology. For instance, by reducing the repetitive tasks or by identifying hidden connections and discovering new drug potentials, we thereby accelerate the research in this industry. So we have the capability of crawling up to 10 billion websites per day. This is a lot of data. We do it nearly in real time every day. More than 95 million scientific documents are identified, extracted, structured, and cleaned. Based on this holistic data access, we are able to provide customized insights for the pharma industry. So compared to other AI companies, how are we different? Let's say you are Googling the term apple. You will get all the results which contains this term, but you cannot distinguish between whether you're looking exactly for the company apple or the apple you can eat. Our algorithm, on the other hand, is trained in such a way that you can distinguish between different concepts in life sciences. That is, if you have, for instance, the same abbreviation for 2 or 3 different concepts, our algorithm can recognize and distinguish between the correlations and the relationships even among those. So here, let's go for the gene, for instance. Then you get this kind of results among publications, congress papers, newspaper articles, patents, and so far and so forth. The different colors indicate how these relationships are connected to the very specific term you're looking for at the moment. So based on this, we are able to provide customized insights from the very beginning phase of drug discovery and development up to the commercialization phase. One use case is that from one of the biggest European pharmaceutical companies, the head of pharmaceutical told us that we were able to deliver this project within 8 weeks, whereas they would have done it with their own team within 18 months. So let's call it the K revolution, the reason why we are entering this market. We see that Korea is getting attention thanks to its K prevention concept. Why don't we try and support this market getting to the next level by supporting, accelerating drug development in this country? Also, we've seen the market potential, as you can see here, such as the National New Drug Development Research Project, whereby the government is expecting a market share of 6% in this market, whereas currently it has been at around 1.5%. So we are an industry-validated company with more than 250 plus top talents across the globe, including our CTO was heading AI VP at ABN Watson before. We were founded in 2015 in Germany. We have currently 4 offices worldwide, and we see Korea as an important strategic entry for the East Asian market. So currently we're talking already to one of the top 10 Korean pharmaceutical companies, one of the largest Korean chemical companies, and to several investors. We have signed 10 NDAs so far, and one term sheet is about to be signed, whereas a potential investment of up to 40 million euros is under discussion. So let's hope that we can penetrate this market, as our vision is to revolutionize drug discovery and development with AI at scale at the global level. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your energetic and quick and concise presentation. It seems like you have an AI solution for healthcare industry, correct?
Yes, we do.
Now it's time to listen to the opinions of our 6 renowned judges. Who would like to go first? I think they're waiting for...
Could you,
oh, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, could you share a little bit more about your business model and financials,
Yes, sure.
in particular respect to Asia?
Yes, our business model is twofold. So the screenshot you've seen before is our platform. That could be one product. And that, in that case, we have the subscription-based model. On the other hand, we are doing very specified project-based projects, whereas you have a milestone-based performance fee, which we can get. And also, in the long term, if a drug is then commercialized successfully based on our support, we are also thinking of getting some royalties based on that revenue. In Korea, when it comes to the Asian market, we are currently talking to one of the top 10 big pharma in Korea, and also one big chemical company here. The second C-level high discussion is ongoing, and the meetings are arranged. So we hope that early or mid of next year, we will be able to start with a very concrete project.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your answer and the question as well. It seems like you have various ways to generate profits and have some meaningful discussions going on. Anyone else to add comments or ask questions for the second presenter, Inoplexus?
Yes, yes, I have a question. I'm not sure if you said this or I missed it, but I know it's just an application, so it's updating on all the trials and things that are going on in the world, I guess, with this study. So is this something that they would, the patient or the customer would be just checking on an ongoing basis, or is there be push announcements to them about changes, or I guess the user experience, I was wanting to know just a little bit about.
I don't quite get exactly what the question is.
So I think she was asking who would be using the app. Are you targeting to provide it to businesses, or users going to do it, and what is the user experience going to be like?
So we have several use cases already. Our main clients are big pharma companies across the globe. We have more than 20 global big companies already being our clients, as well as big CROs. When it comes to at a very personal level, we can provide our platform you've seen before in the screenshot for the R&D teams, for instance, if they're doing scientific research. We actually have customers already there, but our main part of the revenue comes from the big pharma companies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it seems that your answer tells us that you're focusing more on B2B, working with partners, utilizing patient data. Great. Any other questions? We have about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
So I have a question. So you use the data, actually, the already it can be published, like the patents or the articles, and those are actually already published, not the kind of the ongoing project. But that means, so you use that past some kind of knowledge rather than some kind of ongoing and concurrently using the knowledge. So that's that have some kind of the difficulties in predicting more the precise kind of outcome or results with the past or some sort of the outdated knowledge.
You mean, so how do we deal with when it comes mainly to predicting the outcomes of trials or the results of a research when we are basing or doing the research based on the previous data? Is that your question?
Yeah, yes.
So we believe that there is no other company who is able to do this ontology-based, that is the context-based research. We have the algorithm which understands the life sciences language, and this is already a great progress. And moreover, based on what we have already acquired and trained in our existing database, this is able to crawl the new data sets from out there correlated to which is already existing. So that can add on top of this.
But I'm not sure how we can kind of the non-linear kind of the predict.
Yes, I hope that you get another opportunity to discuss this matter. I'm sorry, time is up. Yes, I think he was just commenting on how to reflect real-time data for precise prediction of the prognosis. Thank you very much for your great presentation. Let's move on to the third presenter. The team is called Easy AI, and I'm assuming from the name that is also going to be a fun IT technology related company. The floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Gary from Easy.ai. We provide flexible mobile concierge platform for hotels that help them not only digitize their services, but also boost their revenues from ancillary. So the hotel industry globally right now is facing their biggest challenge ever. With tourism restarting and hotels to reopen, it doesn't mean the challenge ends there, because hotels globally now realize that they need to rely not only on room sales, but also ancillary revenues with seemingly more limited operating resources. And on the other hand, the World Tourism Organization is strongly endorsing all travel stakeholders to push for digital transformations. Now, interestingly, as we all might have known, the travel industry has long shifted into mobile, but the hotel stays the same as ever. And this is where we come in. We help hotels to build their very own on-demand platform and digitize all of their services, and more importantly, to boost their additional revenues from guest consumptions. So not only that hotels can now boost and upsell their in-house services from the moment guests has checked in and during stay, but they can now collaborate with external parties, merchants, startups, other providers, and to boost and offer more products and services to their guests, so hotels can bring value to their neighborhood and to their surroundings as well. We're available in mobile, and we will be launching our web version to boost and improve conversions. We have acquired more than 8,500 rooms since we first launched in November 2018, with additional of 45,000 plus rooms committed from our valued hotel operator partners, processing more than $450,000 of guest transactions with $120,000 of ARR. We help our hotel clients to boost up to 21% of their ancillary revenues coming from room service and etc., while on the other hand, internally boosting and optimizing their productivity by up to 30%. During COVID, although we are also impacted, but we are still acquiring hotels, more than 2,500 rooms, all through video calls, signing our very first international hotel in Vietnam and international reseller partnership in India. And now we're in Korea as part of the K Startup Grand Challenge, and we have just signed a commercial deal with a local hotel provider who is going to deploy our service into all of their 100 and plus hotel partners. Now this, to us, shows there's a strong global demand in the market. A market that we see as a very interesting one, because in Korea and Indonesia alone, there are more than 1 million of hotel rooms, and that is only 0.1% of the global market. Now, interestingly here, we see the market very interesting because hotels globally are being operated in similar ways and fashion. And we are the only one offering flexible subscription and product model, whether it's a flat-based subscription or revenue share, which will enable us to tap into the whole and all hotel industry. And this will provide us not only with a solid revenue base, but also the ability to scale up as a startup in the near and longer future. We see Korea as an important market, not only because of the deal with Runets, which will help us also to get a foothold here and help them to bring their product to Indonesia, but in global, we aim for Korea to become our foothold in entering the East Asia market. And this is us. We're a combination of expertise in startup, product, entrepreneurship, and hotel industry, which gives us a holistic look and expertise in tackling and executing the idea. We have been selected as part of various reputable programs, including here in Korea in 3 of the biggest programs right now. And we have just been selected as a top 10 finalists in Indonesia's first ever national startup competition. We have raised up to $700,000 to date, which gives us enough runway to aim for the milestone to raise for a bigger round by next year, not only to solidify the market and the product, but more importantly to expand, because we strongly believe that this year and next will be key moment to disrupt the market and to expand overseas because of the demand and the global needs. So we invite you to be part of our mission to redefine the hotel stay experience in the new normal. 감사합니다.
Thank you for the excellent presentation. I think you're doing very well already, and I wish you best of luck for the future as well.
Thank you.
So now I would like to turn the microphone over to our judges. Is there anyone who would like to ask a question about AZII?
So you mentioned about selling other services, enhanced experience or however, and perhaps you had it on the screen, so I wasn't able to see it, but it appears to me, I'm not very clear what those additional services are. The only one you mentioned orally was room service. But can you expand a little bit on that? I mean, when I go to a hotel, I just basically want to stay, have a nice place to stay. I'm not really keen on lots of extra services. So I'm interested in your perspective on that.
Yes, okay, thank you for the question. So what we aiming to help hotels is that we provide them ability to build their own e-commerce and on-demand. So you're right, not only from room service, although room service and food and beverage consists of around 73% of the total guest transactions.
Right.
But we also enable hotels to offer variety of service. For example, in Bali, our hotel clients collaborate with external artists to offer their artworks, even babysitting services, car rentals, ticketing service. And there are a lot of hotel guests who are willing to purchase this. So you're right that there are types of hotel guests, and it might not cater to some certain type of hotel guests, but to other hotel guests, it will provide them with the ability to purchase more. And to hotels, it will give them the ability to upsell and to gain more. Not only hotels who have services, but also hotels who don't have services can now collaborate with external parties and offer more through our platform.
How do you?
So I had. Oh, sorry, please.
How do you work with property management systems? You mentioned your focus is concierge services, and you say that you have all of the services can be digitized, but there's a whole other range of housekeeping, and then hotels have existing property management services. Some of them are very older style. So how do you do that to reach your vision of all services?
I agree. So one point thing is that we are integrated with the hotel property management system, but you are also right that there are a lot of those old-fashioned hotel PMS out there. And we provide 2 types. One is a standalone system, but we are strongly endorsing our clients to opt for the integrations. Although the integration part might depend on the hotel PMS as what you mentioned earlier. It's true. And that's why we are aiming to collaborate with local hotel PMS, for example, here with Runets, to be able to offer this seamless experience to the guests. So starting from reservations, room management, until all of the POS system within the hotels. That's what we're aiming to integrate with.
But at the moment, you do not provide that scope of services.
Yes, we do provide it. Right now, our main service is based in Indonesia and Singapore. And in Indonesia, we are integrated with 3 of the largest local hotel system providers. And now in Korea, we are also aiming to integrate with the local hotel providers first. And as a startup, we actually, we intentionally aim to collaborate with local ones first so that we can tap into the market and provide us with a quick start into the market. So that's how we see the strategy, and that's one thing that we will also try to replicate when entering a new market.
So just to clarify, the full range of services that might be digitized,
Yes.
what area do you not currently provide? That's still in development, or that we part of partnership, but what is not part of your capability presently? Like,
Okay.
for example, housekeeping or
Yes.
something else.
Okay, so housekeeping is one part. Right now, we are trialing the housekeeping feature in certain hotels, in our earliest hotel clients, but that part is one that we are aiming to integrate with, and that is one part that we're aiming to boost. So housekeeping will be one thing that we are aiming for the next part to launch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the questions and answers. We have about 30 seconds left. Is there anyone who would like to ask extra question?
Very quickly, it's more like a comment. With this information, you get additional insights into what guests would like to, is that part of your plan to leverage this data either internally or as a further consulting to large hotel chains to inform on their guests?
Yes, so that's part of our bigger dream as well. But we realize that we have to be a bit careful on this part because it also has relations with guest data. We already have numerous
Privacy, yeah.
requests from our hotel clients because you're right.
I am so sorry, but I'm sure he got the gist of your answer. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation. You chose
you.
the right place. I know how many Koreans love to stay at hotels. Yes, so without further ado, let me introduce our 4th presenter named Journey of Senses. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big hand.
Good morning, my name is Germ. I'm the co-founder of Journey of the Senses, based in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. We are a social enterprise and a group of premium restaurants and creative services that provide a very unique opportunity of being served by and interacting with the disability. Due to low awareness and high stigma and little government support, the blind and deaf communities are not much integrated as the general population in the workforce. The unemployment rates remain very high. In Vietnam, these numbers are even higher. So there's a lot of admirable social innovations out there, but little of those provide frontline interaction with the guests. And here we make a difference. We place our staff in the empowered roles. They take charge of the situation. We turn the disadvantage into advantage. And this is what we feel the best way to challenge social stigma. We create impact without compromising this level of quality of service and products. These are the business model we have so far. There is 6 located in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and Viet Fresh, that is the concept we have developed for the Korean market. Noir Dining in the Dark is our flagship restaurant where we have dark dining rooms and a team of blind service staff. In Blanc Restaurant, we ask our guests to order in sign language with the deaf staff in their own language themselves. In our flower shop, we have hearing impaired florists, and we make video clips in sign language that can be scanned with a QR code instead of traditional greeting cards. Noir Spa employs blind massage therapists, and we have massage in the dark. That is the first in Asia. Noir Café in the Dark serves coffee and tea in the dark, again, first in Asia. And last month, we opened a vegetarian restaurant, Green Papaya, where there's a team of deaf service staff. For the Korean market, we have developed Viet Fresh. This is going to be a team of deaf and marginalized kitchen staff going to make Vietnamese meal kits to be packaged in organic materials and available through delivery and vending machines. We Eat Delight, Fresh and Easy, Fresh Code, Market Curly, and the likes. In terms of social impact, we create on two levels, job creation for people with disability. That is why we fit nicely in number 8 of the UN Sustainability Goals. Currently, 46% of our staff is with disability, and it should become more than 50% in the future. The second level is awareness creation. Currently, about 60 to 80 daily interactions with our guests, and that should become more than 300 in the next few years. Social impact is showable through the high number of social reviews on social media, positive reviews, and in the large press coverage in international news outlets. We have won several awards on regional social entrepreneurial competitions, and I'd like to highlight the second one, where we got a grant from the Korean Development Agency, from KOICA. From Vietnam to Korea, we will bring a social enterprise. It's a unique experience for guests. It provides social impact through job opportunities for people with disability, and it creates awareness. We can provide an ecosystem of several businesses together. It's profitable. Most of our businesses are new to the Korean market, and there's a very large urban and exciting market. Urban market in Korea is large and very, very potential. That's very great because since COVID, we have to focus more on local markets. We conducted the market research, 198 respondents to check the interest in dining in the dark. Plenty of people have heard of it, not many have been, but plenty of people are willing to try it. In terms of competition, we like to become the market leader in each of its fields based on convenience and affordability. Besides having great guest experiences and providing job opportunities for stakeholders as the investors, it's great as well. We have guaranteed a 25% profitability over the last few years. There's a bit of a dip because of COVID in terms of revenue, but it will recover also because we can focus on the local markets. Then in terms of timeline, in the last 5 weeks, I have had meetings to secure investment for the next, for starting a business. That investment should be due in the next few months. We have access of 200,000 to $1 million through funding. And when that is settled in the first 2 quarters of the next year, we can prepare for the settlement of the business and the opening of an outlet that should be ready by the summer of 2021. After that, we open more businesses to create more impact and to provide more job opportunities for blind and deaf people in Korea. 3, 2, 1. That is.
Great, excellent. When I
Thank you.
first heard the name of the company, I was like, what is this company is going to be about? And it totally makes sense now.
Fantastic.
Wonderful presentation. Any comments or questions from judges?
So I really like your business because the Korean social enterprise has a business like you. So, but the company actually, the social enterprise in Korea, actually provide some kind of performance with the disability people. So, so I'm not sure the market size you actually shooting for. So, can you did you have any kind of estimate of the some kind of the people who have some kind of the disabled some kind of functions or something like that in Korea?
Yes, now the market is very potential. Korea has a very large urban market, and out of experience in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City, a lot of our guests are from Korea as well. So there's definitely a potential. The market is large, and we can provide an ecosystem of several businesses together. So therefore, we feel that we can be very successful there. Yeah, and it's a very exciting new product. And therefore we feel that it's definitely potential.
But do you have any kind of number, the specific numbers?
There is a number in my presentation. I believe it says 9 billion US for the local market. That is for whole of Korea, urban centers in Korea. Because we feel that we could start a business in Seoul, but we could also open in other larger cities like Daegu or Busan.
Okay.
So I had a more philosophical comment, although it pertains to business. It seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that in a way, and I don't want to be critical because that can be tricky, because you have a very laudable goal and all that, but it seems that you are segregating these disabled populations in their own sort of experiences. And philosophically speaking, there's two approaches. One is to segregate, as I think I've interpreted. The other one is to integrate with the rest of non-disabled or environment. So, and that can affect your market. It can affect perceptions, going from something that's very, how should I say, congratulatory to what you're doing to something very negative. What is your perspective on this?
No, right. Lots of people think that our concepts could be a novelty or a gimmick. That is what we really try to avoid. We really focus on quality and in service and in product. And the interaction between the disabled staff and our guests is great because we provide real jobs for them. We're not compromising on their skills. We actually see it as an advantage. So therefore, it's highlighted, and the guest gets really an understanding on how capable blind and deaf people are. In our business, they actually also work a little bit together, and we have also hearing staff. We also have a sighted staff, and all of us we work together. By now, we don't even realize each other's disadvantages anymore, and it is great as well that provides then also very great feedback for our guests. A very excited workforce is also a motivated workforce is also giving very great service to the guests, and it's really real and genuine. Yeah, so we really try to avoid that gimmick feeling. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your answer and the question. We have about 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Any comment or feedback, please? If not, then I would like to give you an opportunity to say a final few words for the audience and also for judges.
Right, yeah, now there's 1 minute left. If there's one more question, I'm more than happy to answer.
I think he would like to get more feedback from the judges.
Yeah.
Anyone?
No, what we're doing is a very unique experience because you get to understand how capable disability staff are actually. So when you're eating in a dark dining room, you get to understand how blind people work and how they live. You get to understand sign language through communicating in their language, and it is it's a great opportunity. Yeah, but I'd like to thank the judges for their questions. I'd like to thank the organizers, and yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Yes.
That might be it.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Your
Certainly.
presentation and your product, your idea, and especially your heart is so wonderful and amazing and warm.
Thank you very
I really
much.
wish you best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Great.
you very
감사합니다.
much. Thank you very much. And we only have one last presenter left in the morning session. The name of the company is Kazoo Technology. Ladies and gentlemen, let's invite him with a big hand.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Kendall, and I'm the CEO of Kazoo Technology from Hong Kong. Kazoo Technology developed and invented a communication technology that allows existing touchscreens to transact digital data. The technology is called electric field messaging, and is backed by a solid portfolio of patents granted in the US, China, pending in Europe, Japan, and Korea now as well. The trademark am has just been fully granted back in September this year. So what does it do? How does it make data transmissible through touchscreens? We are reusing the same mechanisms across all touchscreens today. All touchscreens have electric field coming out from the screens, and our circuit, as small as the size of a coin, can systematically disrupt and interrupt this electric field to transmit 1s and 0 bits into the screen. So we are essentially bringing existing infrastructure and bringing new functions into it. It's very easy to adopt because there's no need for any user to equip new equipment like card readers, and it's got great UX. By the way, if this sounds a bit familiar to some of you, this is exactly how Samsung Pay made it so successful in 2015 with the magnetic stripe reading technology by a startup called Lupe. That's one of the reasons why we're here in Korea. Here's a very little demonstration of what the tech can do. It's a simulation of communication of digital data with an iPad in the background, sending digital data to the device back and forth. There's no need for wireless technology, there's no need for NFC, there's no need for camera. On a less serious note, you can also make very cool interactive games and toys with our technology as well. As a matter of fact, we now have multiple industries. Our business model uses a combination of tech licensing and joint venture model. Now we are in education, toys and games, and enterprise solutions. We now have a joint venture company with Beijing and Singapore company for education. We also have an enterprise solution joint venture with Panasonic in Japan. The team is 10 men strong. The main co-founders and Ellen and myself, we were classmates back in Stanford. Ellen was a PhD in communications and wireless technology back then. He's now a full professor in Hong Kong. I come from an engineering background and financial backgrounds. So what have we done in the past 2-3 months in Korea? We have managed to engage in NDAs and MOU with these companies here in Seoul and in Busan, spanning education and enterprise solutions. Veeam Interactive is a creative agency creating cool exhibits for trade shows and exhibitions. This is the project now we're collaborating together for a client in Pakistan for an exhibition. Moonsi is a Busan-based STEM education robot company. We have reached a deal to incorporate our technology in the product, and in return, we'll help them export the product into Hong Kong, China, and African countries. Last but not least, SDF International is a consumer electronics distributor that will help us introduce our technology into various consumer products. So hopefully, not too long from now, you will see a lot of products made in Korea with our technology. But wait, there is more. So just 2 weeks ago, we have signed an agreement with a touchscreen company here in Incheon called Nexio. They are the company that makes all the signages in your subway stations. And now, we are now justified to equip a full-blown engineering team in Korea to continue to deepen this R&D relationship with them. So that's a little bit short presentation from myself, and I welcome questions from all of you.
Thank you for playing my role. Hey, now I would like to ask our judges to kindly provide comments and questions.
So I have a question. So you have your own technology, and
Yes,
it will be the
it's our own
core
technology, fully patented, yes.
for various products. But I don't think you have your own kind of business model with your core technology.
All right, let me look back to this slide here. So the way we conduct business is we are primarily a B2B technology business model. So all these companies here, we work with Disneyland in Hong Kong. We supply them with these chipsets that I'm holding in my hand right now to insert into their various toy products on the theme park, for example. We also work with a Canadian toy company. We supply them with these chipsets and also the API that works with touchscreens so they can create their own toy line for their own products. So this is our business model. So we charge $5,000 per year fixed for base licensing, and then we also charge a single-digit licensing premium on all the sales they make on the individual products they sell to consumer markets.
So what's your main market you are shooting for?
Well, we
Like
are actually trying to boil an ocean here. We're trying to disrupt the communication field. So that's why we can't do it alone. We are the part of all these companies to bring a variety of businesses across all sectors. We are dreaming big, but it's not easy. And that's why we need to be here in Korea to get in touch with as many corporations as possible to proliferate the technology here.
Thank you very much for the question and answer. Is there anyone who would like to add to that or ask a new question?
Very quickly, perhaps it was in one of your slides, but are there any regulatory aspects in terms of FCC or standards, either governmental or otherwise, that will be necessary for you to engage with?
It's a great
Korea or
question.
otherwise?
Now, FCC regulates any radio transmission devices, for example.
Yeah.
The technology that we have, the circuit actually does not emit any electromagnetic waves. It interrupts or disrupts the electric field already in the touchscreen. So basically, it's the touchscreen itself that needs FCC approval, not our product. We don't transmit energy outside in the atmosphere. And as a side note, this is another side benefit of this technology here. It cannot be intercepted by any malicious eavesdropper to intercept communications and perform man-in-the-middle attacks. So this is something new.
So that's very interesting. But technically, FCC should regulate if some device, whether it's an electromagnetic or et cetera,
Sure.
is interfering with another device. So I would imagine, even given what you say, that you fall under that purview somehow. I'm not an expert, but.
Yeah, well, there is a high chance that it might fall into one of these categories when it's used in like real-life communication technologies like cell phones or what. But because of the reasons I just mentioned, it is not likely that they will reject the approval because there's simply no signal coming out from the device at all. There's nothing that can measure it outside.
Okay, but you're making efforts to clarify that and make
Yes.
sure, right? Okay.
Correct. Oh, by the way, the technology won the CS award in 2019, so it's already in the US.
Thank you, thank you. I think you could also, take that as feedback for further improvements. Anyway, thank you very much. And we still have 1 minute left for more rooms. We have more room for questions and answers. Or feedback too. Okay. Then I'll
Thank
also
you.
like to give you no.
Oh.
You still can use this 50
Oh, all right.
seconds. It's
Well, we got
precious
50
seconds to promote your business
So
ideas.
what I
yes.
presented today, it's a technology that aims to, as I said before, boil the ocean. It is not an easy task, but I think all of us here in NIPA here, all the founders here are trying to shoot the moon and make it big. So go big or go home, that's my motto. And I'm very glad that we have spent 2 months here in Korea. And I believe that our effort of signing up all these NDAs and MOUs with companies have really paid off and justified my stay here in Korea. And the board has been shown high-level approval of staffing here in Korea and expanding to markets here.
Yes, thank you very much for your wonderful idea, product, and presentation. I wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, thank you. The time went by really quickly thanks to exciting and heartwarming presentations by 5 startups. Now, I would like to inform you that we're going to have lunch until 1:30 p.m. Korea Standard Time. I'll see you again at 1:30. Please enjoy your lunch.